Well, over the last decade, I've had what many of you may feel as a dream job, writing about adventurers and explorers, and occasionally writing about my own trips. One of my first journalistic assignments was to join a Blashford Snell expedition through South America. Blashford Snell, an eccentric explorer, and the idea was to sail in the style of Kon-Tiki, these ancient reed boats, to prove that the ancient civilizations could have travelled like this, although I don't think they had outboard engines on their boats as we did. This was to give me a taste later on for scrutinising the claims of explorers, but at the time I thought, what a great way to earn a living, not realising that it really was a once-in-a-lifetime dream assignment. Looking back, I can't help wondering who had the worst dress sense. Next up, I came back and I thought, well, I'll get into climbing and write about that. Didn't manage to get a single commission off the ground. But undeterred, I signed up to climb a mountain called Alpamayo in Peru with my cousins. It's 6,000 meters, and we didn't have guides, or truth be told, much of a clue. But we pulled our resources, got to the top, and even better, I managed to sell my footage to National Geographic, which led to me making a video diary about the Marathon des Sables. When I got home, the phone still didn't ring, and I found myself working just as a jobbing hack, but about other explorers, and occasionally just doing the odd challenge myself for the likes of Men's Fitness magazine. But it put me in the right place, right time for the phone when it finally rang from this guy, Bernie Shrewsbury, SBS legend. Did I want to join the Marines on a 1,000-kilometer ski trip across Norway? Before leaving, he gave me some advice. Tarko, you may think you're fitter than some of the guys, but they're bloody hard as nails. And he was right. A little bit nervous before meeting the team, but they gave me a fulsome welcome. It was like being in a pack of dogs, everyone jumping all over each other, big handshakes, even bigger slaps on the back. The abuse was immediate. In one of my first blogs, I mentioned that I said that I was looking forward to whatever moniker the team bestowed upon me. In hindsight, moniker was a regrettable choice of word, because Willie here thought it would make a fantastic nickname. Monica, we need a camp, bitch. The plan was to ski 50 k's a day over 20 days. And basically starting outside of Lillehammer, about 150 miles north of Oslo, north through the national parks of the Rondane, the Duverfell, west over the Jotunheimen, and then south over the Hardangervidda Plateau. Now in the Alps, ski touring is very straightforward. If you're going uphill, you have skins on, and if you're going downhill, you take them off. But the sort of more flatter, undulating terrain of Norway requires a system that works for both, and that's grip wax. You put it on underneath your boot area, and the idea is when you're skiing along, it grips on the uphill, and because the ski is flexed, it doesn't impede your descent. The trouble is, it's quite a complex art. There are hundreds of different combinations out there, and just a temperature change of just a few degrees can make the wax not work, and then you find yourself just poling on your arms all the way, which is something of an emotional trauma. Besides wax, what we needed was what the Marines called good admin. And that's where my background as adventure racing was really helpful. We would stop for 2 minutes or 5 minutes, and they wouldn't wait. Essentially, you've got to be drink and eat on the go with a minimum amount of faff. Very early on, it became apparent that we weren't going to crank 50 k's a day. It's that old dilemma. Do we go super lightweight and fast and compromise on safety gear, or do we take all the gear and compromise on speed? The Marines settled on a characteristic compromise which will go super fast and lightweight, but carry loads of gear as well. To me, though, it didn't really make a difference, because for me, it was just this very rare privilege to be a part of this family, these Marines, and to share their way of life. And in a rare compliment, one of the guys said that I did well to fit in with the team. And I said, well, a bit like being at boarding school. And there was a shout from across the room, except we don't bum each other. Beneath the testosterone, there was a serious side to the trip. The expedition leader had recently lost his wife to cancer. His number two had recently lost his son, also a Marine, to a training accident. And for them and for others on the trip, it was a therapeutic journey. It was a time to contemplate. The weather could have been kinder, though. I mean, this was actually a pretty good day. But for 18 out of 20 days, we had grey, flat light. The Jotunheimen is home to 41 of Norway's highest mountains. It's an absolutely stunning national park. And yep, you guessed it, that's what it looked like to us. It's not the cold so much that is objectionable, but just the sheer drudgery of it. Just mind-numbingly dull. Which is why, when the sun finally came out on the final day, it made such a difference to the expedition. It had a palpable effect. It finally seemed like someone was shining on us, and we could begin to enjoy it. Now, a lot of adventure, it's all about, we're told that it's about fulfilling your dream, ticking that challenge, bagging that summit, and I'm as guilty as the next person in promoting that. But to me, this joining the Marines, it reminded me that adventure has other values. And that's that it shows us how to face the adversities and struggles in the real world. And that's head-on, in good company, and even better humour. Thank you.